Got a productivity tip for my fellow ADHD baddies. If you have ADHD, you probably struggle with something we call task switching, which is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. We have trouble switching from one thing that we're engaged in and moving on to the next activity. So this might look like taking a really long time to get started working on a project, and then once you do, getting so engrossed in it that you forget to go to the bathroom, you forget to eat, you forget to do all of your other responsibilities. Or it could look like stuff like sitting in your car for a really long time at the end of the day, or taking a really long time to get yourself into the shower in the morning once you decide that's what you need to do next. Task switching is hard for a bunch of different reasons. We can talk about that separately if you guys want, but one strategy to help with your productivity if you have ADHD and struggle with this task switching is to, as you can imagine, limit the amount of times that you're task switching. So one way that you can do this, I'm sure there's a million ways, but one way that I like to do this is by taking a piece of paper, splitting it into 4 quadrants, and then grouping tasks that I have to do, things that would just be sort of on a regular to-do list, listed in order, under similar types. So here's an example of what this might look like for me. So under my emails section, I'm going to write down all of the important emails I need to send that day. Under calls, I'm going to do the same thing about phone calls that I know I need to make. I write a lot of notes, do letters for people, stuff like that. So maybe I would put under documentation the stuff that I need to do there, and then things that don't fit anywhere else. So here's a vague de-identified version of what this would look like with the different tasks on it. And the idea behind this is that I'm grouping tasks that are going to require me staying in the same place. It's kind of like the idea of if you're cleaning, making yourself stay in the bathroom and clean the bathroom before you move on to the kitchen. So I'm writing down all of the things that are going to require me to be in my email inbox, or all of the things that are going to require me to get in the mental headspace of making some phone calls and actually do those. All of the things that are going to require that I pull up like a PDF editor or some other app that I need to use to do my documentation, and then other things. So things that maybe require that I'm in a bunch of different places or just don't fit well anywhere else. So this means when I go into my email inbox, I now know exactly what tasks I need to complete that are going to keep me in that email inbox, and theoretically means I'm going to task switch fewer times, going to stay focused and just sort of boom, 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 knock them all out while I'm in the inbox without changing over to a different task and potentially risking getting distracted in doing so. So here's the to-do list if we just listed it out without putting it into quadrants. It's fine. You still got all your stuff listed, but you're going to have to bounce around a lot more if you're just going from top to bottom.